Hi, everyone. So, I wanted to jump on here with a video and just share with you a little bit about what's been going on with me this new year. It's not been very long, but since it started, I have had COVID. So, I just got tested positive for COVID about 2 days ago. And I just wanted to give you a little update and so that you can just understand a little bit about what I'm going through in case you have not had this before, you might be interested. So, thanks for listening, and I appreciate you tuning into this video. I have been experiencing quite a lot of censorship on the platforms such as Facebook and Instagram. So, if you want the truth about health and wellness and whatever it is that I'm going through, from a person on a personal level, I would recommend that you not seek information on those platforms. They are highly censored. They are um, really undermining our liberties of freedom of speech. So that's just my recommendation that you seek other ways of informing yourself. So who knows how long this video will be up on YouTube. I'm not going to post it on those other platforms, but I will have it for you to see in the emails and also on YouTube for the time being. So I also recommend that you visit my website, www.ketogenicdietcoach.com, and you join my email list because their information will not be censored and you'll be able to see people that I follow, what I'm recommending, what many of the most cutting edge doctors that I've been following for the last 20 years have been recommending as far as how to create a healthy metabolism and a healthy immune system. So, that all aside, the reason I'm making this video is to say Happy New Year to you and also to just let you know that I'm on day 5 of having COVID. So I was hoping it'd be gone today, but I still have a little bit of a scratchy throat, a little bit of inflammation in the back of my throat, which is why my voice sounds a little funny. But I hope that by tomorrow that will be gone. So what happened was the first day, which was about 5 days ago, I noticed a little tightness in my chest. I didn't have difficulty breathing and I didn't have any shortness of breath per se, but I just had a little bit of constriction in my chest. Um, I don't have any breathing difficulty right now. I can take a very deep breath with no problem, no coughing at all. You can see my lungs are very clear, and my nose is very clear. Yeah, I don't have any sinus congestion. I don't have any pain here. I have no headache. The second day, I did have the first day I had congestion, or rather tightness in my chest. Second day, I had a headache and body aches. And the third day, I had a sore throat. So the sore throat has been the lingering thing for me. And hopefully that will be gone tomorrow. It's much better today than it was yesterday. I could hardly speak, but I feel fine. Really, I never had a fever. Today, I actually did my full workout with burpees and cardio and mountain climbers and all that kind of stuff. So I have pretty good energy. I'm sleeping well. Um, yeah, I don't feel fatigued at all anymore. So that lasted for about 3 or 4 days. So today, I've had enough energy to do my normal workout, which included, like some cardio, some burpees, some mountain climbers, and then just some strength training and stuff like that. So I feel really pretty much normal. I don't have a fever. I don't have a headache. I have no congestion in my chest or my sinuses or anything like that. Again, I just have a little inflammation in the back of my throat. And over the first couple days, I also had some like joint pain and even bone pain, which is really odd for me to have that. So just keep in mind that's kind of a common symptom. I never lost my sense of taste or smell at all, so it seems fine, totally intact. I'm drinking mostly broth, and some soups. I had a little bit of honey and fruit yesterday, so I'm in and out of ketosis. Definitely blood sugar's very low. Today I checked, it was 65. So ketones anywhere from 1.0 to zero point 0.7, around there. So yeah, I'm just doing the things I normally do, drinking broth, doing lots of intermittent fasting, and keeping my blood sugar really stable. So again, if you've been following me, you know that that is super crucial for creating a healthy metabolism and a healthy immune system. So if you're metabolically unhealthy in any way, this virus is going to kick your ass. Okay, this virus is going to kick your ass, whether you've had a vaccine or not. So I'm happy to say that after 2 years of traveling and going from place to place and in very crowded subways and buses and airplanes, um, I have not gotten this virus until now. And I was curious what would happen to me because I do talk a lot about metabolic health. So I'm happy to say that I'm pleased that I was able to pull out of it so quickly. Um, I feel really fortunate about that. And I know that many people do not have that experience, and it's very sad. So, if you are concerned about your immune health and how your body might respond if you did get sick, whether or not you've been vaccinated or not, because we know that even if you have been vaccinated, you can still contract this virus and you can still have very adverse effects to it. And those that fare the worst, okay? I talk a lot about this, you guys, but the people who fare the worst have metabolic dysfunction. Those are the people that have metabolic syndrome, people with people with insulin resistance. Okay, that means excess carbohydrates, excess levels of insulin create insulin resistance, and what happens is your body starts to shove glucose into places where it should not be. Okay, like into your liver. Okay, this is where we get non-alcoholic fatty liver disease happening, lots of inflammation. Um, we gain weight because the body has to put that glucose somewhere and it gets stored as fat. Okay. So if you are overweight, even 10 or 15 pounds, you must think about the fact that this adipose tissue is an organ of inflammation. It's literally has the capacity to produce cytokines in your body. So if you have a few extra pounds hanging around, the most important thing you can do, first and foremost, is get that excess weight off. And I'm not saying you shouldn't love your body, no matter what it looks like or what shape it is. You should absolutely love your body no matter what. However, you up here can tell your body that what you know is true about your health and what's best for it. And that is to get that weight off so that you will be healthy and you will be safe should you contract this virus. Because it is obviously a deadly virus, and many people don't make it through without serious complications or even death. So I advise you to get your metabolic health in order. And what that looks like is reducing your carbohydrate intake, number one. Number two, you have to get rid of seed oils out of your diet. They are inflammatory, they are highly toxic in the body, and your body does not know what to do with them because they are fake fats. They do not come from nature, they come from a factory. So the molecular structure cannot be understood by the body, and they get stored in places where they shouldn't. Your body thinks they're real fats because they look like a real fat, but they're not a real fat. So they cannot protect your cells. They cannot protect your DNA inside of your cells because they will end up giving you weak, very weak cell walls if they get integrated into your cell wall structure, which is mostly made of fat. Okay, you will have very weak, leaky cell walls. You will have a weak, leaky gut. You will have a fatty liver. You will have increased inflammation all throughout your body. Okay, so these toxins trigger inflammation, they trigger the production of cytokines. So adipose tissue or fat cells are generators of cytokines as well. These are inflammatory messengers, if you will, to the immune system. So you want to have as little inflammation as you can in your body at all times. And we know for sure that glucose that comes from sugar and carbohydrates um, actually is going to trigger inflammation in your body because it triggers insulin. And insulin is the main inflammatory hormone, you guys. So I can't stress it enough. If you are not mindful of your carbohydrate intake, and most people think that they're not eating that many carbohydrates, but I'm here to tell you that you wouldn't know that unless you started to track them. So I talk a lot about that on my website. If you want to know how to start doing that, get on my mailing list and download my free ebook that is called How to Start a Keto Diet the Right Way, the 3 things that you must do to get keto adapted. Okay, simple, but one of the things you have to do is track your macros. You have to understand how many carbohydrates you're eating every day, right? So I can't tell you how many people come into my office and say, I hardly eat any carbs. And I say, well, how do you know that? And they say, well, I don't know. I just don't think I eat that many carbs. But once we start tracking, we realize, wow, we are eating way more carbs than we need. Okay. So the mystery behind carbohydrates is you just have to track so you know. That's it. That's the bottom line. There's no way around it. There's no easy way around it. It's a simple exercise, and I walk you through the whole process in that book and in the 5-day keto challenge. Okay. So go download my book, get it off my website, ketogenicdietcoach.com. It's a simple read. And then from there, you can join the 5-day challenge where I actually walk you through how to set up all your biometrics with videos. So I walk you through the whole process. Okay. So no excuses, guys. Get the book, download it, and take the 5-day keto challenge. Okay. So I'm a big fan of getting keto adapted so that you can reduce inflammation in your body. And that way, when a virus comes along or any other thing, pathogen, bacteria, whatever, you don't have all this pre existing inflammation in your body so that your body is already inundated with cytokines. And then when a virus comes along, you have what's called a cytokine storm, right? You do not want a cytokine storm. This is not going to benefit you in any way because your body actually is going into hyperdrive, overdrive, and it's an overreactive immune response. It is not a normal immune response. Okay, you don't want your immune system to be overactive, but you don't want it to be underactive either. You want it to be balanced, and the only way to create that balance is to get your blood sugar under control. That's the bottom line. That's the first step. You can test your blood sugar. That's another great thing you should be doing, a test that everyone should be taking. And I get into that too in my book, my ebook, free ebook online. But in the meantime, just be mindful of your carbohydrate intake. And I would say try to keep your carbs under 50 grams a day. That's not going to get you into ketosis, which is sort of the next level down, which is maybe your carbs can't, I would say, to truly get into ketosis in the quickest way, you want to have 0 carbs and certainly under 20 grams. Okay. So 0 carbs will get you there faster. 20 grams of carbs will get you into ketosis within probably 2 to 3 days. And then you are working your metabolic muscle. That's like creating metabolic flexibility in your metabolism. Okay. So your machinery inside your cells might be a little rusty because you haven't probably done this forever, maybe your whole life. But it's something that our ancestors always did, right? They were always working with a feast and famine cycle. And you could call it hunter-gatherers, you could call it feast and famine, whatever you want to call it. But our genes, our genome, our genetic blueprint is adept and programmed to be able to do this. And when you do this, you actually strengthen your immune system. Okay? Our body needs this back and forth. It needs to be in ketosis. It needs to burn fat and it needs to burn glucose. But to burn one thing all the time is not good, right? You may have been burning glucose your entire life and your needle's kind of stuck over here. Your metabolism's a bit rusty. So it might take it a while to get over there and switch over to fat burning mode. And that's okay. But that's what this keto adaptation process is all about, is getting your body keto adapted so that you will be more metabolically flexible and more metabolically healthy and resilient, right? That's the goal here. We want you to be resilient to disease and be able to bounce back when you do get a virus or a bacteria or anything, right? So that's what I have to say today. And I hope that you can take one first step to helping yourself get more metabolically flexible. By doing this, you will help yourself become more resilient to all disease, okay? Chronic disease, autoimmune disease, viral infection, you name it, okay? You want to reduce the amount of inflammation in your body, okay? That means you have to shut down insulin, which means you have to shut down glucose. It's that simple, okay? And I'm not going to stop talking about this because I know and I believe and I've seen the research that shows and proves that this is actually um, one of the most beneficial things you can do for your health. So I hope you liked this video. If you got anything out of this video whatsoever, please like it and please subscribe to my channel. You'll be the first one to know when I have new information that will help you to become more metabolically flexible and that will help you to become more strong in your immune function. And you do have control over this. You do. You can impact and influence your immune function. You wouldn't believe that you are actually the one in control here. Okay? You can do this. And I am here to help you in any way that I can. Okay? So get on my mailing list because I cannot post much of this on social media or I will be shut down. So you'll find these things in my email. Okay? In my emails that I send out, not all that regularly, but a couple times a month. Okay? All right. Thanks for watching, you guys. Take it easy. Adios.